Objection!
February 8th, Hazakura Temple. Oh, I see some paper. Hey, hello there! So how are you feeling? All right, I suppose. Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you. But I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. You asked nicely. I might give you a peek, big boy. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. Acolyte. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. But she found the murder. Showed you border. So she doesn't dare the whole time. She lies. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all time to keep watch. Wow, so you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ugh, I'm starting to get goosebumps myself for a decidedly different reason. You get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. Oh no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from behind with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw, and when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. As a head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back? Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as a frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple all alone? Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details. So who is this acolyte that was trained in the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through all the trouble of signing up for the special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over in the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister? Maya's little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl. That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup, but I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. Watch, it was her. She channeled someone and murdered someone. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid creaky old back. The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the Inner Temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her! I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the Inner Temple then? Of course she did! Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. But that doesn't fit with Iris' story at all. She said that she never went to the Inner Temple. As they say, the plot thickens. What is this? Give it to me. There are more Enza cushions in the corner of this room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under the stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are. Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah. What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue, a super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Note to Iris added to the court record. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. Super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Oh, well, that's a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just holding it, you know. Put it on already. No, I can't. I was just... It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, Detective? It looks absolutely marvelous. You've just got to keep it on for a while. Is this some sort of divine retribution? No. How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Oh, come on, lady. I don't think... Quiet! What do you know anyway? Ouch, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you weren't the one that disappeared. Why does she have to take it all on me? Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Get that one. It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mystic Elise has been murdered, an important acolyte is trapped, and a little girl has been lost. You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma. Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte. Honored? How so? The Fae name is synonymous with the Karain village channeling technique, whatever it's called. Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed. Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the Karain channeling technique. Detective, I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midi-chlorians. Oh, so it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? That's got nothing to do with it. Oh, with this poor girl, where could she have gone? Well, we checked out her home and she's not there. And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be. Do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream? Why do you have to be such a pessimist, Detective? I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Ironic, I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you. This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Sure. But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh? It sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her. Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir. This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate. Huh? Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptation of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I'm a head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty for everyone's sake. On the wall. Main hall, Wright's charms, they're all to set up. The thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom contained of great many souls. Huh? This is a lesser? What is the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fame Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the treasure of a shrine exhibit, but it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. It's an altar with a giant Magatama shrine on it. A lot of candles. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for a while now. Maybe you should blow out the candles over there. Stop that! Cut that out. Yes, we know. A warm cat box. It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at all those ancient straw frisbees. Those are Taipa's zabuton cushion called Enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Escher? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, detective. Ugh. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend the nun Iris at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your running spout leaked over the years? The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Du Nim. Her entire past up until now, until she won that writing award last year, is a total mystery. It's hard to believe this day and age you can still find people like that. This estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon? The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing, yes? The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Elise Du Nim was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Probably the other way around. Now then, detective, let's see if we can summarize what we learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m. after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take her over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. Inner temple, huh? I'd like more information about that place. Trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy. But nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's one on the other side of the Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of the bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing? The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is an inner temple. Here's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. The gem is gone. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Dunim. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir? Yes, what? This is top secret stuff, don't tell anyone about this. Alright. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it! The staff was made from very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon. It sure is. It's called a Shito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood? Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there's fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shito, too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon. What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Mr. Wright? Is this why it's what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figured it doesn't really feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. Main gate must be just over the stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Oh, I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah. They're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? Main hall of Hazakura Temple is up above us. Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hazakura Temple was built on the steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall are on different levels. Hey. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier just to build the place slanted, sir? I fail to see how we can consider that to be even remotely a good idea. I see a hole. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? I feel so bad for Gumshoe. He's not a bad guy.